How's it rockin', Dween Nation? This is the Dween Sports Podcast. We're about to get underway. But before we do, we'd love if you could like, comment, subscribe, or share. We are posting weekly sports content, and we want to build up the brand that is Dween Sports. Thank you all, and enjoy.
Welcome in, Dween Nation. This is your host, Justin Pies, and we're talking Elimination Chamber reactions and what a PLE it was. I'll go on the record and say I think this was the best PLE since WrestleMania 41. It had all really great matches and really great build-ups to what we have now as the next PLE is WrestleMania, guys. Like, we are only a month and some change away, and wow, a lot happened in this show. And let's talk about it, because there's the women's chamber, men's chamber, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Tiffany Stratton in the company. And gosh, obviously there's the big news, which we will get into. I see why they put this man on the front cover of this PLE, but we will discuss that. But let's start in chronological order of how the night played out. Let's talk about the women's chamber match. And I'll pat myself on the back. I got this one right. Bianca Belair did win this matchup. But how did it happen? We started with the return of Jade Cargill, and she is walking up, and the camera is focusing on Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan is freaking out because she thinks that, hey, everybody thinks I did it. I didn't do it. But Jade Cargill, right when she gets in the ring, she turns her attention to Naomi, and it is now come out that Naomi, or at least it seems, is the culprit of attacking Jade, taking her out for multiple months, taking her spot in the women's tag team champion, as one of the tag team champions, and has really played it off. And the craziest part of it all is Bianca Belair is stuck in her pod for the whole attack from Jade, and she's totally confused. I mean, who does she come to an aid to? Her former partner or her current partner? She doesn't know what to believe. But as she gets in the chamber match, she's only worried about Naomi, who is out of commission, and they take her out on a stretcher. Jade did mess her up pretty good. But that's a crazy build-up there, and we love to see the return of Jade Cargill was right off the bat and really got this show going. But as the match went on, some really great spots, especially the hair whip. If you got to hear it, the loudest hair whip I've ever seen. Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan on the top of a pod, and Liv starts to pull on Bianca's hair. Bianca snatches it back and hits her with that, with her patented hair. And wow, I mean, what a welt. If you look at it too, Liv got a massive welt, was bleeding. She was beat up in this match. Was really the MVP of this match because she started at the beginning, made some big plays, had an elimination, and it sets it up that Bianca Belair pulls out the victory here and is going to go out to face either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. And obviously that is Monday Night Raw. We're going to see the winner of this matchup, and I'm really hoping that there's some sort of situation. I don't really know how it would play out, but that we can see these three ladies go head to head at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, because that would be really great. Like, I feel like Io deserves a spot here, because if she loses on Monday Night Raw, what's the plan moving forward for Io to get herself a match at WrestleMania? So big Bianca Belair win. It was expected based on them losing the tag team titles, and really no other woman really giving me a real vibe that they would win. Plus, kind of the rumors around Bianca winning the chamber match, and she does, winning her second, which is more than any other woman in WWE history. Let's move to the second match. We had Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus go against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Obviously, some can view this as the low light of the pay-per-view, but it was a really good match. They had some really good chemistry, and they got the victory. It doesn't really move the needle much as for storyline purposes. Just gets a win under Tiffany Stratton's belt, as she moves now to focus on Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Then the third match, which was a brutal slugfest beatdown match, and this picture really just encapsulates it. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in this unsanctioned match, both trying to end each other's careers. And I mean, it went everywhere. It was up in the stands. It came all the way back around. They were using hockey sticks. They even at one point brought out a barbed wire chair. I mean, come on. I had never seen that, or at least if it's happened, I hadn't seen it. But this match was phenomenal. I felt it. I winced at all the big spots and big hits, the spine busters, and then as it comes out, Kevin Owens pulls out the victory. But he wasn't done. He was ready to really put an end to Sami Zayn. Gets outside the ring, opens up to get that cement floor, and is about to pile drive him when we finally do get the return of Randy Orton. And Randy Orton comes out and gives RKOs to just about everybody there besides Sami Zayn, gives it to Kevin Owens, does it to all these security guards, and then Randy Orton's ready to get his payback, ready to bring out the pun kick, which was, is not allowed for him anymore in the WWE. But hey, Kevin Owens has been doing these pile drivers, which is also an illegal move now. And as we're about to get the pun kick, the security comes and holds him back. But we were expecting this. Kevin Owens gets the victory, set it here, and that Randy Orton would come back and set up this matchup, which we are going to get at WrestleMania. Super excited to see Randy Orton back after his long hiatus due to the injury with the pile driver. But that was a really great match. And then it sets up another match with the men's chamber where we get some big stuff. So obviously, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, John Cena, all in this matchup. And the way we get our first elimination is Damian Priest here, as you can see, rolls. So Drew McIntyre hits John Cena with a Claymore. Obviously, he's kind of sulking it too, getting in John Cena's face while he's on the ground. And Damian Priest takes advantage, rolls him up. And we've seen this now week after week. Drew McIntyre gets counted 3 on a roll up. He did it with Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso. Now he gets it here. What a loss. I really want Drew McIntyre to do some big things. But as we know through the chamber match, this is setting up Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre was pissed. Does a Claymore to Damian Priest. I know this picture is from the chamber match, but Drew lays out a Claymore on Damian, and Damian gets eliminated by Logan Paul. This is the match we're getting. Hopefully there's some sort of stipulation on it, something to make this bring out the anger in it, because we haven't seen, obviously Drew McIntyre had the best rivalry just about last year with CM Punk. Let's see what they can build up here more between these two guys. But those were the stories for those two. Logan Paul gets eliminated. Seth Rollins. This was a weird, the only really weird part of this match was at a point we saw CM Punk and John Cena kind of team up on Seth Rollins. CM Punk hits him with a GTS. John Cena hits him with an attitude adjustment. And CM Punk pins Seth Rollins and eliminates Rollins to get us to a final 2 of CM Punk and John Cena. But hey, if you remember Friday Night SmackDown and just the history between Rollins and CM Punk, Rollins said, "You're not winning this chamber match. You're not headlining WrestleMania over my dead body." And, before Seth Rollins can leave the ring, he curb stomps CM Punk. John Cena takes advantage and puts him to sleep with the STF. And John Cena is the Elimination Chamber winner and is going on to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. The big thing is, the night is not over. As we move to what is Cody Rhodes going to say to The Rock? We get John Cena stays out as he is the victorious winner and is, going to set up this Cody Rhodes thing. Cody Rhodes comes out. They have a good moment. Then The Rock and Travis Scott, surprisingly enough, come out. And we're waiting to hear what Cody has to say. Cody says his soul doesn't belong to him anymore. We're thinking, well, what's the turn here? What's he going to say? And he says, obviously, as a babyface would, that his soul has belonged to this ring and to the fans. And he tells The Rock to go F himself, which was hype. I was like, oh, what's going to happen now? Is the show just going to end? No, not quite, because then we get John Cena, who's seemingly super hyped for Cody Rhodes, and then we see this face. It goes from happy to the most serious face, and everybody's starting to realize, is this even possible? Which in my predictions video, I did not. This is the biggest thing I did not see happening. I couldn't see a heel turn from John Cena, but we do. We see the heel turn. John Cena hits a low blow on Cody Rhodes, and them 3 go ahead and beat the living hell out of Cody Rhodes, and John Cena's heel. That's the crazy storyline out of this. He has sold his soul to try to win his 17th title, and he's doing it for The Rock. I mean, it was, God, those 5 seconds where he daps up Cody Rhodes. They embrace, and then John Cena looks at The Rock, and The Rock does like the kill, and tells him to go ahead. And we see John Cena's just the smile to the straight anger and hatred, and then the onslaught occurs, and we just see John Cena take out Cody Rhodes. And this is just a sign of the WWE really going above and beyond for the fans and just for everybody watching, because we would be content John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, two of the biggest baby faces we've seen in this industry, go head to head at WrestleMania. We'd be happy with that because that's a headlining match. But now we add this new layer where John Cena is now heel, and it kind of makes sense. Obviously, he's been a baby face for 20 plus years, but he hasn't won a singles match since 2018. He's desperate. This is his final run, and it really just makes his story arc. It makes it different, and babyface on babyface, there wouldn't be as much substance to it, and so this brings out a whole new level, a whole new story that I just love. They pulled it off perfectly too. I did not see it happening the way the night was playing out, the way John Cena was all giddy and happy as he usually is. And now we got, heel John Cena with a heel final boss, The Rock. And the story now is what is going to happen at WrestleMania. Are we going to get John Cena winning his 17th title? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Cody Rhodes, this is that story where we got to get behind the babyface again. Cody Rhodes is that. And Cody Rhodes will win. And John Cena will win his 17th at some point this year. I'm pretty convinced of it. But is it going to happen here? Is he going to do it as a heel character? It just doesn't seem like that's how they'll pull it off. I think maybe something later in the years where John Cena will win his 17th. But what a setup this is going to be. We get John Cena at the post press conference, or the post Elimination Chamber press conference, just pulling out the mic, dropping the mic. Everybody's just in shock, and I was. Everybody's jumping up and down. I mean, you see this guy here in the what is that, a beanie hat or whatever? He's freaking out. Everybody was freaking out. What a chamber it was. Probably the best Elimination Chamber I've been watching, and then I think really just the best PLE we've seen since last April with WrestleMania. I just loved it. I loved every bit of it. Even the Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus was the least interesting match, just because there was not a big storyline behind it as much as the others. But still great. I love the return of Jade Cargill. I love the return of Randy Orton and Kevin Owens now having that matchup set up. And then John Cena, we're getting a headlining match, night 2 WrestleMania. Book it. Cody Rhodes, John Cena. What a night it was. This was such a great PLE. I hope you guys watched it or enjoyed it. Go ahead and watch it if you haven't, or just rewatch it. I might go ahead and do that because this was a lot of fun. And I can't wait to the rest of the build-up before we get to WrestleMania. But anyways, Dween Nation, that was the Elimination Chamber 2025 in Toronto. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is this the right move? Are we excited? What were the thoughts? What are your current thoughts? And yeah, thank you, Dween Nation, as always. And as my brother says, peace.